I-32F. Never thought I'd be posting something like this, but I need to get this off my chest because the last 3 weeks have been absolute hell. Throwaway for obvious reasons, and some details changed for privacy. My husband James, 34M, and I have been married for 5 years. We've been trying for a baby for the last 3 years with no success. We went through 2 rounds of IVF that failed, and we were starting to lose hope. Then, miraculously, I found out I was pregnant naturally about 2 months ago. We were over the moon but decided to keep it quiet until we passed the first trimester. James has a younger sister, Melissa, 29F, who has always been difficult. She's always been extremely competitive with me since I started dating James. She would make snide comments about my career, I'm a pediatric nurse, my cooking, even the way I dressed. James would call her out, but she'd just laugh it off as sisterly teasing. I tried to maintain a cordial relationship for James's sake. Last weekend was James's birthday, and we decided to host a small gathering at our house with close family and friends. We also decided it would be the perfect time to announce our pregnancy, since I was officially 14 weeks along. Everyone was thrilled, his parents cried tears of joy, our friends toasted with sparkling cider for me, and there were hugs all around. Everyone except Melissa. She plastered on a fake smile, gave me a stiff hug, and then disappeared into the kitchen. I didn't think much of it at the time. I was too busy enjoying the celebration. About an hour later, Melissa emerged from the kitchen with a special mocktail she had made just for me. She handed me a beautiful pink drink in a fancy glass with a strawberry garnish, making a show of how thoughtful she was being for the mom-to-be. "It's a special recipe," she said loudly enough for everyone to hear. Strawberry, ginger, and a few secret ingredients to help with morning sickness. I thanked her, genuinely touched by what seemed like a peace offering. Just as I was about to take a sip, my best friend Alyssa grabbed my wrist. "Wait," she said quietly. I just saw Melissa put something in that drink when she thought no one was looking. I froze, looking down at the drink, then back at Melissa, who was watching me intently from across the room with an odd expression on her face. My hands started trembling. I quietly asked Alyssa what she saw, and she explained that while getting ice from the kitchen, she noticed Melissa take a small vial from her purse and pour its contents into my drink. I didn't want to believe it. Despite our issues, poisoning seemed extreme, even for Melissa. But Alyssa has been my friend since high school and has never been one for drama. "We need to be sure before making accusations," I whispered. Alyssa nodded and discreetly took the drink, saying she'd hold it for me while I chatted with others. I tried to act normal while my mind raced. I kept watching Melissa, who kept glancing over at me, clearly waiting for me to drink the mocktail. When I didn't, her smiles became tighter, and she started fidgeting with her bracelet, a nervous habit she's always had. James noticed something was off with me and pulled me aside. When I explained what Alyssa had seen, his face went pale, then red with anger. He wanted to confront his sister immediately, but I suggested we be strategic. "If she really did something, we need proof," I said. "Let's get the drink tested first." James's best friend Mark is a chemistry professor at the local university. We quietly explained the situation, and he offered to take a sample of the drink to his home lab. He left casually, telling everyone he had to make a quick call. While waiting for Mark to return, I pretended I wasn't feeling well, not difficult to fake with morning sickness, and went to lie down. James kept the party going while I hid in our bedroom, shaking with a mixture of fear and disbelief. About an hour later, Mark returned and discreetly came to our bedroom with James. His face was grim. "There's definitely something in that drink that shouldn't be there," he said. I found traces of misoprostol. My blood ran cold. As a nurse, I knew exactly what that was, a medication used to induce labor or abortions. In the dose Mark estimated was in the drink, it could have caused me to miscarry. James looked like he was going to be sick. "Are you absolutely certain?" he asked Mark. Mark nodded solemnly. I ran the test twice to be sure. We decided to confront Melissa, but privately. James called her into our home office, while most guests were engrossed in watching a game on TV. When James showed her the test results and asked why she put abortion medication in my drink, I expected denial. Instead, her face crumpled into a twisted smile. "She doesn't deserve this baby," Melissa hissed. "I've been trying for 2 years with Ryan. 2 years. And nothing. Then she gets pregnant after all her struggles. It's not fair." I stood there, stunned. I had no idea Melissa and her husband had been trying to conceive. She'd never mentioned fertility issues to anyone in the family. "So you tried to make me lose my baby?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "Your own niece or nephew. You have everything," she shouted, tears streaming down her face. "The perfect husband, the perfect house, and now the perfect baby. What about me?" Her outburst attracted attention. James's parents rushed in, followed by several guests including Ryan, Melissa's husband, who looked completely bewildered. "What's going on?" Ryan asked, looking between his wife's tear-streaked face and the paper with the test results in James's hand. James, his voice shaking with rage, explained what Melissa had done and why. The room fell into stunned silence until Ryan spoke up. "What are you talking about? We haven't been trying for a baby," he said slowly, staring at Melissa. "You're still on birth control. You told me you weren't ready yet." Melissa's face went from red to ghostly white. She started stammering about how she'd secretly stopped taking it, how she'd been tracking her cycles, how desperate she was for a baby. Ryan backed away from her, shaking his head in disbelief. "So you lied to me for 2 years and tried to harm your brother's wife and unborn child? I don't even know who you are right now." James's father called the police while his mother guided other guests out of the house, trying to contain the situation. I sat down, feeling lightheaded, with Alyssa holding my hand. The police arrived within minutes. They took statements and collected the drink as evidence. When they asked if I wanted to press charges, I didn't hesitate. "Yes," I said firmly. "She tried to harm my unborn child." Melissa was arrested that night. The look on her face as they led her away, a mixture of rage, shame, and something almost like relief, will haunt me forever. The following weeks have been a whirlwind. Melissa was formally charged with attempted assault on a pregnant woman and attempted feticide. Her lawyer tried to get her released on bail, but given the premeditated nature of the crime, the judge denied it. Ryan filed for divorce 3 days after the incident. He came to see us, devastated and apologetic, though none of this was his fault. He revealed that Melissa had been increasingly unstable over the past year, obsessed with the idea that everyone else's happiness was at her expense. James's parents are torn apart. They visit Melissa in jail, but have been incredibly supportive of me and adamant that she face consequences for her actions. James has been my rock, but I know he's struggling with his own feelings of betrayal and guilt. As for me and the baby, we're doing fine physically. My doctor is monitoring us closely, and so far there have been no complications. Emotionally, I'm still processing everything. I've started therapy to deal with the trauma and anxiety. Melissa's trial is scheduled for next month. Her lawyer has suggested she might plead not guilty by reason of mental illness, claiming she had a psychotic break driven by depression over her fertility issues. Whether that's true or just a legal strategy, I don't know. I never thought our joyful pregnancy announcement would lead to something so dark. Sometimes I wonder if I could have seen the signs earlier, or if I could have helped Melissa before she reached this breaking point. But then I feel my baby kick, and I remember that nothing, not even family loyalty, justifies what she tried to do. The irony isn't lost on me that in trying to destroy my family, Melissa destroyed her own. Now, instead of being an aunt to our child, she's facing years in prison. And all because jealousy consumed her to the point of madness. Update. Thank you all for your supportive comments. Many have asked about Melissa's source for the medication. The police investigation revealed she obtained it through an international online pharmacy using a fake prescription. The investigation has expanded to include the pharmacy as well. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.